Hello, good morning, welcome back. Today we are learning about some important terms related to relay. Concept of protecting zones, primary and backup protection. Let me start with the relay. So, what is relay? Relay is an automatic device which senses the abnormal condition in the electric circuit and close its contacts. Or we can say relay is a device which can make or break its contact by sensing the abnormal condition. From the application point of view, in power system, first definition is more appropriate. That means in power system, most of the time relay close its contact by sensing the abnormal condition. Now, working principle of the relay. Relay has two forces, one is operating and other is restraining. A relay is operate when operating force is greater than the restraining force. Now, move on the some important terms related to relay. In this, we discuss relay time, breaker time, fault clearing time, pickup value, time delay, current setting, flux setting multiplier and time setting multiplier. So, let's start with relay time. It is the time interval between the instant of fault occurrence to the instant of closure of relay contact. Next, breaker time. It is the time interval between the instant circuit breaker start to operate to the instant of extinguish of arc completely. Fault clearing time. Total time interval between the instant of fault occurrence to the final arc interruption. Let us understand above 3 points with a case. At t is equal to 0 minus in system normal condition and circuit breaker contact is closed. At t is equal to 0 plus faults occur on the line. At t is equal to t1, relay close its contact, and at t is equal to t2, breaker open its contact, and t is equal to t3, arc completely interrupted, so from 0 to t1 interval count as a relay time, from t1 to t2 interval count as a breaker time, and from t is equal to 0 plus 2, t3 count as a fault clearing time. Okay. Now, pickup. A relay said to be pickup when it's moved from off position to on position. That means relay said to be pickup when relay start its working. Next, pickup value. It is the minimum value of current for which relay operates. Next, dropout or reset. A relay said to be reset when it came back to original position, that is when a relay contacts open from its closed position. Next, time delay. Time taken by the relay to operate after since the fault. Current setting, flux setting multiplier and time setting multiplier will be covered in module 2. Next, functional or desirable quality of relay. In this topic, we cover only 6 qualities. First one is sensitivity, second one is speed, third one is selectivity, fourth one is reliability, fifth one is simplicity, and last one is economical. So, let's start with sensitivity. It is ability of relay to operate with a low value of actuating quantity. In power system protection, sensitivity of relay measured by apparent power. That means small volt ampere is an indication of more sensitivity of relay. That means 1 volt ampere relay is more sensitive than 3 volt ampere relay. Next, speed. The speed of relay neither very slow nor very fast. If speed of relay is very slow, then fault may be damage some equipment of power system. Moreover, if relay speed is very fast, maybe relay treat transient condition as a fault and trip the line. So, speed of relay should be optimum. Next, sensitivity. It is the ability of relay to select correctly which part of the system in trouble and disconnect the faulty part without disturbing the rest. Selectivity can be divided into 2 parts, absolute selectivity and relative selectivity. In absolute selectivity, only a specific relay is operated, while in relative selectivity, relay operate in coordination. Let us understand with an example. Suppose we have a power transformer, and to protect the transformer, we connect 2 CTs and between the CT we connect a relay. This is an example of absolute selectivity. While in relative selectivity, consider a radial distribution system having 3 zones, zone 1, zone 2 and zone 3. Suppose for zone 1 we assign relay 1 and for zone 2 we assign relay 2 and for zone 3 we assign relay 3. If faults occur on zone 3, relay R3 should be operated. If relay R3 fail to operate, then R2 should be operated. This is called relative selectivity. Next, reliability. The ability of relay to operate under predefined condition, known as reliability. Next, simplicity. The relay scheme should be simple so that it can be easily maintained. Reliability is closely related to simplicity. The simpler protection scheme, the greater will be its reliability. Next, economical. Relay and protection system should be economical because protection system having around 5% of total cost of the power system network. Next one is protective zones. So, what is protective zones? Protective zones is defined as the part of power system which is protected by a certain protective scheme. It is around each power system equipment When the faults occur on any of the protective zones, then only circuit breaker within that zone will be operated. Let us understand with the help of this diagram. In this diagram, protective zones divided into three parts. First one is low voltage protection zone, second one is high voltage protection zone, and third one is a high voltage protection zone. Suppose if faults occur on power transformer 1, circuit breaker connected with the power transformer should be operated. Suppose a fault occur on the transmission line, then circuit breaker connected to the transmission line should be operated. Next, primary protection and backup protection. Let us understand the primary protection and backup protection with the help of a diagram. Let me mark relay as a B, C, D and E. Suppose a fault occur on line, then relay B should be operated. For this line, relay B is act as a primary protection. If relay B fail, then relay A must be operated, and for this line, relay A known as backup protection for the line. Now, unit protection and non-unit protection. To understand this, let me draw a radial system having three zones. Zone 1, Zone 2 and Zone 3. R1 assigned for Zone 1, R2 assigned for Zone 3 and R3 assigned for Zone 3. Suppose if faults occur on Zone 3, R3 should be operated. If R3 fail to operate, if R2 or R1 operate, then known as not unit protection. If R2 or R1 not operate, then known as unit protection. That means in unit protection, R1 operate only when faults occur on Zone 1 and R2 only operate when faults on Zone 2. And in non-unit protection, R1, R2 and R3 operate in coordination of each other. I hope you all enjoy the lecture. Thanks for watching.